All right, hello everyone. Welcome to i360 on Edutech. I'm Dilla and I'm going to moderate this exciting session today. In this session, we're going to dig deeper about democratizing education, building a sustainable ecosystem to improve the access to education for all. All right, so as we have realized today, the access to education in this country is not equally distributed to population due to geography, financial, and infrastructure issues. There are lots of gaps and inequalities. However, with the advancement of education technology, we might have seen like a little lights at the end of the tunnel. So we can build like the more democratized and sustainable access to education. However, we still have lots of questions to answer regarding that issue. And luckily, today we have three amazing speakers with us right here who can give us some insights on behalf of the digital startups and education provider who also works very closely with the startup ecosystem. Right now, we have with us Mbak Inka, the head of operation of Sekolahmu, Budina Dellyna, the director of the Greater Hub Business Incubator of SBM ITB, School of Business and Management ITB, and the director of LPIK ITB, and also Mas Jourdan Kamal, the founder of MauBelajarApa. All right, for the speakers, to give us a little bit more introduction, can you please introduce yourself? Start from Dina, maybe.
Okay, well, hello everyone. My name is Dellyna, and I'm here act as a director of the Greater Hub. It's a business incubator from SBM ITB, and also I become the director of entrepreneurship development in LPK ITB, also as the incubator of ITB itself. So we serve and we help student startups and awareness startups to accelerate and be ready in the market.
Okay, thank you, Budina, for the introduction. Mbak Inka, maybe you can introduce yourself, what you do.
Hi everyone. First of all, thank you for inviting me to this insightful panels. It's an honor for me to stand here with Jourdan and Budina as well. So my name is Inka. I'm the head of operation of Sekolahmu currently. And for those who haven't heard about Sekolahmu, we are a curated education platform started in 2018, and we basically provide a variety of accredited learning programs from early childhood up to professional development. So we used to collaborate with schools, vocational institutions, and also industry. And all of our programs in Sekolahmu are basically a blend of online and offline experiences that are designed, to each and every learner.
Okay, it's awesome. Mas Jourdan, maybe you can introduce yourself as well.
Hi, my name is Jourdan. I'm the co-founders of MauBelajarApa.com. So we started in 2014, which focuses a lot of art classes and more to recreational kind of classes. But as we grow along, we focus more a lot of business classes and more on the skill and the corporate skill and the corporate trainings kind of classes as well. So, and in 2020, I think we are honored to be selected to be one of the platforms to work with the government in program of Kartu Prakerja. So that's who we are today.
Awesome. Okay, so regarding our topic today, we're talking about the democratization of the access to education, right? So based on your position right now, what you do, the work, and the things that you have been doing the last few years, if you are hearing about the democratization of access to education, what comes to your mind and how are we doing with that today? Maybe you can start from Bayinka first.
Okay. If we talk about that, I think what comes first time in my mind is all of the issues and the key challenges right there. So, if we're talking about the challenges, and then I think we have a lot of numerous challenges. But before, I think what we have been done in several years, we can see it from the survey and from the data that the school participation itself is already getting better. So if you see in a year of 2000, it's only 15% of children in a school age that went to school. But when we see that again in 2018, in 18 years, it's already 85% of the students participate in school. in the school age. So we're doing better day by day. But the next challenge will be: do the kids really learn at school, right? So we can see it from the data again. So we can see basically, I think Jourdan also familiar with a PISA score. It's a score that it's obtained by having an assessment to 15 years old students in each country about higher order thinking skill assessment, critical thinking, and problem solving, that kind of stuff. So we can see our score is kind of below average from other countries. So this means even though we already have a big numbers of participation, but we still need more push to improve our education system. And on the other hand, we knew that in several years we were going to have like a demographic bonus by having more growth in Indonesia, right, than other countries. Whereas I think it will be 70% from Indonesian population will be in the productive age. So this is exactly why we need the reformation of education system, and for sure the equality of education in Indonesia is still, we know that we still have a lot of gap there. So there are a lot of key challenges ahead that we should collaborate to face that.
Okay. Okay. So we need to collaborate and reform, the education system in Indonesia in a way. So I want to ask Dina, actually, as a practitioner of education in Indonesia, especially in one of the best, university in Indonesia, how do you see this issue? The democratization of education right now.
Yeah, I guess in terms of democratization, yes, really important since we actually live in a archipelago kind of country. Yeah, so it's not only in terms of the quality, but also access, yeah, to educations. But I think now we live in a digital technology. Using technology, students can have more access, yeah, even if for those who are not actually enrolled, yeah, in a formal school, they can grab education from anywhere, yeah, whether it is formal or non-formal or informal. There are so many startups with good solutions, yeah, in educations, and they can actually fill some gaps, fill some weaknesses in terms of educations which are not delivered in a formal school. Yeah. So if we live in Bandung, we live in Jakarta, we live in the big cities, we have some good opportunities, yeah, in terms of learning different kind of knowledge that we want to learn in terms of hard skill and soft skill. But those who are live in a more rural area, probably they don't have the same opportunity with us. Yeah. But I really hope that startups in educations, they can actually close this kind of gap, yeah, by studying what kind of gap, yeah, available in the rural area, what kind of skills in terms of hard or soft skills, yeah, needed for at least these young generations to survive, yeah, for the next future. Yeah, so I'm not really into, yeah, everyone needs to go to the formal educations to be successful. Yeah, sometimes we those who are in rural area, even if they have the right skill, yeah, for them to at least develop their areas, and then they create something. Yeah, it's actually a good indications. Yeah, that education is not only in a formal but also in non-formal and also informal. And yeah, from the two youngsters here, yeah, I really hope that you can actually close those gap, yeah, and deliver different kind of as you know, yeah, some skills which probably not being taught, yeah, in a formal school, yeah, like entrepreneurship, yeah, or like communications, or different kind of hard skill, yeah, which is needed by now, yeah. Yeah, hopefully it can be delivered through these digital solutions, yeah, through applications or platforms or whatever it is, yeah, which is easily accessed by phones. As we know, yeah, almost 100% yeah, Indonesian citizen can access digital technology, but for what kind of quality, yeah? So that they access to something which is not really meaningful, yeah, like TikTok or else, yeah. How if they use it for something more meaningful, like learning through applications or learning some new skills, yeah? So we should use this adoptions opportunities, yeah, like mobile phone adoptions to become more into something meaningful, yeah, like education in terms of non-formal and also informal educations. So at least if they are not graduated in a formal school, at least they have skill for them to survive, yeah, for them to at least not only for themselves, but at least one from 10, yeah, they can develop their areas, yeah, whether they are stay in a rural area, they can use those skills to make a new welfare in their area. That's what I hope, at least.
Okay, thank you, Budina, for the insights. So we know that the education doesn't have to be formal for us to be successful, right? As a founder of MauBelajarApa, Mas Jordan, maybe you have another insights for this regarding what you also offer to the audience or the students of Indonesia regarding the non-formal education.
Right. Okay. Before I started MauBelajarApa, I actually grew up in Singapore, and then I graduated from NUS, and then what I felt like is not only in Indonesia, particularly as I went the whole academic systems, and then when I started to get a job in Singapore, I felt like the whole academic has gave us a certain kind of mindset, right? So, for example, we are being brainwashed in a way that, okay, if you graduated from this university, you will get a certain kind of salary, right? For example, like $2,000, $3,000. Like in Asia, graduates will get at least 4 juta, 5 juta for that. But I grew up in an environment as well, in a way that I've seen people thrive. Graduates, they earn uh $10,000. They don't earn like only $3,000. So I began to question, like, is my certificates worth it, right? So after my graduation, I was actually offered a job, $3,000 in a technology company, a marketing company, right? As a marketing position. But I quit. I refused. I rejected that. And then I began to go to sales because people told me if you want to earn more than 5,000, if you want to earn like 10,000, 20,000, which was my target, right? I just want to prove people wrong. Um, I rejected that 9 to 5 jobs, and then I joined sales as a real estate agent for 2 years. 2 years I struggled. I didn't get a good commission, but there's one time when my friend said, "Hey, you should attend this course, a 3-day course, $3,000, digital marketing, where they teach you how to sell." And I attended that. It changed my mind. It changed my life literally. After that course, right? Uh, my earning became $20,000 per month, whereas everyone else in my friends like only $3,000, $4,000. I became $20,000. That whole thing, that whole incident changed my perspective about education. I said, hey, you get a very good university certificates doesn't mean you can get more. You can get more successful. And then when I came back to Indonesia, I began to questions like when I started the company, right? Back then was not MauBelajarApa. Back then was just a real estate agent. And then when I hire graduates here, I say, oh my gosh, the skill gap is there. It was real. The skill gap problem in Indonesia was real. I tried to hire graphic designers. I tried to hire admin. I tried to hire accountant. It was not as I expected as a fresh grad. Yeah. I began to have this this uh this this idea, like I told myself, if my life can be changed through a course like in Singapore, what if I created a lot of courses outside the academic kind of lesson plan? I want to get successful people practitioner to teach instead of the lecturers. That would be like life changing, right? So that started MauBelajarApa. begin to think that's the way that I want to go. People who are successful in business, people who are successful in companies as a HR, as an accountant, as a programmers, I want them to teach because they know. And then one of the problems that Indonesians are facing is the salary fee for the educators. When I got to know the amount that the teachers are paid, my jaw dropped. I was like, really? Singapore's teachers are highly valued, right? But in Indonesia, we've read news that teachers wanted to become YouTubers. Teachers can't get enough. And then last month when I traveled to Jogja, right, to meet my programmers, one of my staff's parents, they are teachers, and they told me that you have to get to this call, what do you call, PNS, yeah, you have to become a PNS, which is like PNS, which is like the government body, so that you can get a guaranteed job. If you become a teacher, you kind of get a guaranteed paid, you kind of get paid well. But when I asked like how much, it's still like, yeah, about 1,500 Sing dollars. And then when I built MauBelajarApa, I've seen teachers earning $5,000 a day. I've seen people earning $500, which is 5 juta a day. I've seen people earning $10,000 to $20,000 per day through MauBelajarApa. So I thought, hey, I believe that teachers should be valued, and when they have value, they give better education, and that will start to change the whole perspective of education. Yeah. So that's my thought, by the way. Yeah.
Okay, that's very awesome because the thing that I knew, I have an experience as a part-time teacher myself. I earn a lot more than the full-time teacher that is actually teaching like in high school and in junior high school, unfortunately. So these applications, these digital solutions for education can also be the solutions for the teacher to earn a little bit better, than what they have received in the formal education institution. So those are the challenges that we have seen right now. The fee of the teacher is not really sufficient for them, for example. And then also we can see that there is the insufficiency of the skill. There's some kind of skill gap on the employment in Indonesia. Those are the issues that we have seen right now. But in terms of, because Indonesia is it's a state of archipelago, because we have like so many places spread, and all around the country. What are the other challenges that we need to address right now, in your opinion? Maybe you can start from Dina.
Okay, if we talk about challenges, yeah, particularly in education, so not only students, yeah, now we from the lecturers' perspective, yeah, we also have to upgrade our skills like gradually, yeah. Why? Because we are now racing with YouTube. We're now racing with e-learning. We're racing with those different kind of knowledge, yeah, pop up from the internet. So we also have to upgrade our skills and to give updated knowledge, yeah, to our students, yeah, just to keep it relevant to them so they can easily absorb and understand about what we are teaching. And now students are more demanding, yeah, they demand something which is more practical, easily some skills, yeah, which easily can be directly practice, yeah, in whatever they are doing. So the challenge would be not all lecturers can would actually update their knowledge because of this, yeah. Particularly those who are in their later age, yeah, like 50, 60 or something, professors, yeah. Sometimes not all of them are actually into technology, and they don't really care about updating their skill or knowledge because they think it's enough for them, yeah. So that's one of the challenge, yeah, about the lectures, how we can have really high quality of students if we don't have high quality of lectures. So that's why I guess one of the initiative coming from our minister, yeah, Pak Nadiem Makarim, yeah, they force the lectures to keep updating their knowledge and work with the practitioners, work with the industry. For what? For actually force them learning something new and learning some new things. Yeah, and at least they can deliver something relevant. Yeah, something. Updated to their students. Yeah. The second is about the curriculum itself. Yeah. Uh, the way the formal school changed the curriculum is quite a long process to go. And the changes we face in terms of business world, it's like every minute, right? Like what we learn in your university, like 4 years ago, probably is not no longer relevant, yeah, to today's situations. But how we change the curriculum is not that easy. Yeah, it's going to a long process, a bureaucratic one. Yeah, so that's why I'm not really blaming for those who said that our curriculum sometimes obsolete. Yeah, and it's happening actually, yeah, in our university. So at least what can we do as lecturers? Yeah, we can put some updated to the syllabus that we deliver each and every day. But in terms of the big curriculum itself, it cannot change like easily. It requires a big and a major changes. Yeah, and we have to going through the process to the university, to the senate, through the minister of education.
Oh,
Yeah, can you imagine the uh, at the time that the curriculum is approved, it already changed again, right?
oh, yeah, yeah. The bureaucracy,
Yeah,
it's a lot of
the
steps.
bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually the second challenge. Yeah, and the rest is like technology and everything. I guess it can be fulfilled, yeah, by because we have millennial student. They are really tech savvy. Yeah. They usually initiatively seeking for new knowledge, yeah, from anywhere, which is good. Yeah, but sometimes the third challenge would be how to validate those kind of knowledge they got from the internet. Sometimes they take it for granted, right? I learn it through the internet. I learn it through blog. I learn it through YouTube. But can you put some sources, whether it is came from some credible speaker, credible researcher, or practitioner? Yeah, sometimes they can take it for granted, and since they are flooded by different kind of informations, yeah, they are becoming confused themselves. Yeah, which one should I
Sure, sure.
hold on to, right?
Hello.
Because there are too many new knowledge I have to absorb. Which one is real? Like for example, yeah, here everyone like uh, uh, buying and selling cryptocurrency, right?
You're right.
The Bitcoin
Yeah,
prices
yeah,
like
it's trending right now.
100%. Yeah, from point fundamentalist point of view, they said A. From technical point of view, they said B, and now they are becoming, you know. So
Yeah, yeah,
there's
yeah.
some case that if you learn it from anywhere else, yeah, sometimes you cannot validate yourself. Yeah, you cannot absorb, and that's what we need. Yeah, it's not only knowledge, but also uh, you have to be mature enough to absorb and validate and understand this flooded information. Yeah, not in terms of availability of everything you can search from Google, but are you mature enough to understand what you are learning and how to apply this? Are you responsible enough? So that's actually the skill which is needed to be injected, yeah, to millennials nowadays, yeah, because they absorb everything, and it is good if they can manage it. If they can manage it, they can just absorb and they do it for something useless, all right? That's actually the third challenge, which is more into millennials' responsibility, maturity, and I mean, yeah, it cannot be taught, yeah, in formal education or non-formal education, but it's more into experience. Yeah, you have to have mentor, you have to have someone you talk to. So that's actually one of the challenge in this millennials, whereas they think they are smart enough and they don't want to listen to someone who are born who has more experience.
Yeah. Okay,
So
they
that is
get arrogant.
right.
Okay. So this is something that is very interesting, yeah, because the access to education has been very democratized right now. Everyone can learn everything basically from the internet. There's too many information, but it's really hard for us to validate or to make sure that the skill that we learn is actually useful, for example, or we can use it responsibly. As the founder or the part of a digital solution, maybe Mbak Inka, do you have any any comments on this, or maybe is there something that Sekolahmu has done, to close the gap about this validation issue, or maybe to kind of curate the information that comes to the students? Um, I think Mbak Inka is on mute.
Hello. Sorry.
No. All right.
Okay. So I think as a education technology startup, there are a lot of things that we can really do right now. Even before pandemic, we in Sekolahmu, we saw like the needs for quality of education is increasing, which because the current parents generation have more exposure and better literacy than before, for sure. And then changes of a regulation, as Bu Dina also said before. If we change the curriculum, it will we need some kind of help in teachers and school side, right? So we as an education technology platform should be able to help the school and also the teachers. And we also see increasing numbers of interest in homeschooling, and we also see the increasing access and development of infrastructure. So all of that leads to our expectation in Sekolahmu about the future of education, right? How we will support teachers, schools, and how we can help them to be able to transform to that level one step at a time. Because if it's not, as Jourdan said before, school will be abandoned because all of students will start to think like, I don't need that kind of academic journey to be able to get job or anything. So our thesis in Sekolahmu, we think that school need really fast changing and need to transform. But with this COVID-19 situation and condition, some of our idea of the future of education that we have in our minds are basically accelerated. So including the usage of technology as a tool for learning, we think even after pandemic ends, the usage of technology in education will keep increasing. And with this school from home situation, me as a parent as well, I think my involvement to my kids' journey and learning experience become more right now. So as a parent, I've seen a lot of people demands school to change for the better, because they seen the how the teachers how hard they can cope up with this curriculum and so on. So back to the question how Edtech somehow can help. I think a lot of things have been done, especially during this pandemic, and still can be improved. But the first one I think I need to point out here is maximizing the communication and access between students, teachers, and also parents. So in this case, the visibility, transparency for parents to see students' achievement by having, portfolio or reports or like direct feedback. It's supposed to be convenience and could be able to, Edtech could help in these areas. So such things as administration and reporting should get faster with the help of technology. And we need to give more variation of this blended learning programs. So the more data that we have, the more recommendation that we can give. As Bu Dina said, so there are so many sources here, right? Yeah, in the internet and then in this digital era. So the more personalization can be given at scale, so students can learn based on not just their interests, but based on their needs. So because of kids right now can learn from anywhere, anytime. I think the role of the platform that we can escalate more. So I think we can be a curator for the learning material, and we should be able to give like suggestion and recommendation of a lot of variation out there, right? So other than that, I think as a education technology platform, we should be able to be an enabler. So we need to be able to connect students to facilitator, to mentor, and to the industry, and then give career guidance, career path, and then the exploration for their future. Other than that, I think we could also give the best content, best access to students, also for teachers. But I guess one thing that I want to highlight a little bit more, as I mentioned, I think before, I think once again the role of education technology startup is to help teachers and school to transform digitally. So we're not here to remove the school and the teachers, because we want this ecosystem to be able to survive, to sustain, right? So we need to help teachers and schools in order to stay relevant to the children, because the future of education that we think about most of the time is needs to be student centric. So user always is a king, yeah. So we need to have a fast feedback, and we need it to be student centric, because as a parent myself, I want my kids to have a best learning experience, not just because I want my kids to be able to have another path and then another path and then another step for school, but I want them really enjoy the learning experience, because that is the best. So for the teachers out there, I think all of the education technology platforms should be able to help you guys. And I imagine, I think based on our experience in the early of pandemic, I've seen a lot of teachers just give homework to the students because of there are nobody ready for the pandemic situation. So a lot of teachers just give homework, but based on a survey itself, I guess right now we can see that learning curve it's better, and then teachers get more creative on that side. So they give a lot of learning experience, and then study and collaborate with education technology platform. And so applause to all of the teachers. So I think
really.
there are
It's a huge transformation.
a lot of things that can be collaborate between the education technology platform and also a lot of all of the stakeholder in education.
Okay, I agree with that. So Bainka has mentioned about the role of digital startup, as like EdTech, to actually collaborate with the school to help the school or the teacher in this case to stay relevant with the student. So MauBelajarApa today has been known as the provider, to skill development to the student who wants to pursue, things outside of the school. So to keep relevant or to validate or to make it responsible, do you have any method or any curation or something that you provide that can actually make the the information or the skill not only democratized but also sustainable and can be validated? Is there anything like that, Jourdan?
Okay, for us, I think our maybe back to the first question, the challenges of the educations right now, apart from all the things that we are facing, right? For us, we believe that one of the major problems that the Indonesians are facing is actually media. The media has kind of like the media plays a huge important part in education. The media, for example, in Singapore, where I grew up, the media here in Indonesia, we can talk about television, we can talk about social media. How the students want to pursue their future will be according to the media, definitely. If they see in televisions that becoming a doctor is cool, they want to become a doctor. If they see people like to dramatize or sinetron, I would say like they want to become like just a waiter or in Indomaret kind of things, then they will pursue that. I have seen people going to pursue that kind of occupation. It's not that it's bad, but I believe we can do better. We can do much better than that. And thanks to that, I mean like and thanks social media has played like a two kind of two parts, right? Like one is the positive one, one is the negative one. Negative one, of course, they got to. I see a trend where people wants to get rich quickly. Like that's why they go to crypto. You know, they want to find out more, which can help them to earn much faster. That's what I've seen. I've seen also a positive side where those motivator, for example, one of my few staff in MauBelajarApa, he actually came from Malang. He flew all the way to meet me, and he said because of this particular motivator called Bong Chandra motivated him to do better, in life. Because in his community in town, a lot of he told me that a lot of people there believe that becoming a PNS, the PNS or the government body is just is the final goal of everyone. So the media has played a part that okay, as long as you become that you work in a government, that's it, you are successful. You don't have to aim high, you don't have to work in startup, but because of social media, he listens to podcasts, he listens to good teaching, all that. Then he decided to get step out of his comfort zone, and then he started to go to Jakarta and work for us, And I've seen like, oh man, these people are so motivated because of this media. So back to that question, is like, how do we actually curate? We have to read the media. What directions are the media going, and sometimes we have to fight it, sometimes we have to fight it, sometimes the media are not giving us the kind of mindset that the people should have, then we have to fight. So tech, basically, we are also a media. We have to play a media side, right? We have to educate, we have to brainwash, and then that's why what you see in the homepage, what we put in the featured workshop, featured class, that is also a media, right? So we have to have all these kinds. So we do have a certain strategy, or I would say a certain kind of curation method. How should we curate the teachers? How should we curate what class should we put on? And then of course we have those basic categorizing of classes. For example, there is a foundation kind of classes, it's basic skill, and then there's a like a industry update kind of skills, so you have to learn the foundation first, and then you have to learn the technical part. There's a technical, and then you have to learn the what do you call the theory part. So we do have that kind, and then we hope one day we're able to actually develop that kind of flow where the students will know. Like for example, like just now, we talk about how people are going. How does the student know what kind of sources is true, right? So we hope through our platforms, or we hope that the EdTech in Indonesia, we are able not to give or not to direct, but we hope to give them the foundation for them to make decisions. That is my that is my visions for creating edtechs, not to brainwash like a media, but we are giving you this this foundation, and then you make your decisions, right? For example, let's say I give you plan A, plan B, plan C, then you choose which one is the best. We can give you like a cryptocurrency kind of classes like foundational, but then we have to make the teachers teach in a way that you shouldn't tell the students you should invest here, you should invest there. No, that kind of classes we don't do that. But we allow the teachers to teach the basic, and then let the students make the decisions. So what we want to do, the keyword is empowering, not to lead them, but we want to empower the students to make decisions for their own life and for their own decisions. So we hope through the technology in Indonesia, like we are able to do that for the future of our people. Yeah.
Okay, so the democratization itself can be empowering if you can provide the right information as well. Yeah. Okay. So actually, this is the last question that I have. So this is a kind of a closing statement for everyone in here regarding the opportunity that we have right now in Indonesia, especially the opportunity for growth in the industry is huge. In terms of that and what other what are the innovation that you think will be important, and what are the other opportunities that we can explore, in terms of improvement the technology, especially the democratization and accountability of of education itself through technology? What are the opportunity that you guys have right now? No, I mean, like, what you guys hope to happen in the near future. You can start from Budina.
Okay, so what I hope is actually we have everything in place. Yeah, like we have education startup, we have formal educations, we have industry to help us. Yeah, but one thing that that is missing is actually collaborations among every parties here. So each of us are actually doing our own business, yeah, without thinking about how if we open ourselves, yeah, we can grab more opportunities. Yeah, we can open up new knowledge to our students. So I guess in terms of innovations, how to have an effective and sustainable collaborations, yeah, between all parties in terms of this education ecosystem is one that we have to looking forward to. Yeah, how to make sure that everyone can can lower their ego, yeah, and open up to collaborations, yeah, with the industry, the startups, yeah, formal educations, yeah, and all the professors can actually work with the younger one, yeah. Those are those kind of innovations that can actually foster, yeah, different kind of innovations. So the first thing first is to be more open, yeah, to collaborations, and just put strength on each other's weaknesses. Yeah, kind of things.
Okay, Budina. What about you, Mbak Inka? Maybe you have other insights or something in mind about the opportunity that we still can have in the near future.
Yeah, based on our experience in Sekolahmu as a platform, I think our way to scale is strongly connected to the way technology penetrates. So from the data itself, the accessibility is the strongest issues right now. So as Budina also said about the collaboration is part of the biggest solution, I guess. So collaboration between private and public institution, between creative industry and government as well, are all of them are basically required for me. And I think the best example is in the beginning of pandemic. I guess a lot of telco companies, which is most of the issues is about internet connectivity. So telco companies plays big role in it.
Yeah,
I think a lot of
right.
telco companies were collaborate with a lot of edtech companies. So we are basically holding hands at the beginning of pandemic to give to provide free access to our learning material. So it's not just a Sekolahmu, but I guess a lot of Edtech as well giving free access to their material. So I remember a lot of schools approach us to use our learning design contents and videos to deliver their program. So I think the collaboration is the first thing that came to my mind. But there are also several benchmark which then become the key of, I think, successful transformation of education in Indonesia. I think the first one is scale and speed needs to be, with the large numbers of school age students. I guess right now, currently 88 million students. We have a lot of numbers right there. So it is necessary to have a solution that can reach, many areas. And as for speed, we need it fast due to my first explanation about demographic bonus, that we need to be able to catch up so we can be ready. And then other than that, maybe affordability. So a lot of people say access to good materials are basically paid, or sometimes it's came in English. So it is very hard for people in remote area to have that. And then maybe about personalization, because a solution that can provide contextual and personalized learning will be very helpful for students. That's why all of suggestion and recommendations are required. And then the last one maybe about the retention, because it is very important to have the ecosystem sustainable. We need to be able to make the students complete their programs, because it will be a great benchmark for a good material delivery. So I think the main solution is the collaboration for me, because due to our experience, it's really it is really important. And then I don't think it will be achievable if we do not collaborate in this situation.
Yeah, right. Right, collaboration is the key right now. Okay, for Jourdan, maybe you have additional view about this.
I agree to what the two speakers are saying. I think the key is collaboration, and of course, more than if you are asking me about the opportunity, I think the opportunity is huge in terms of the education system here in Indonesia. We will never. I don't think even in 50 years we will be able to solve it. I think that's a huge challenge in not only in terms of the education, but also the platforms and the technology infrastructures that are providing it, right? So we've still seen some of the rural area not being facilitated. So I think a lot of the challenges, and then of course one of the things that we've seen also is also the people who are living in the cities, like we pay a lot of attention, of course, to those people in the rural area, right? The ones that cannot get to that to to that to that learning materials or that technology. But one of the most challenging problems that we face also are the people who are already existing in the cities. They graduated, but they do not know where to go. They do not know where to be hired. Especially after this pandemic, I've seen people get fired. This is huge, and I mean, they got fired because of the performance and education. I would say is not only about the skills, but it's also the mindset. So one of the huge challenges and opportunity for us is not to equip them with the skills, but also how to equip them with with the right mindset and the attitude. Because skills, I'm sure Indonesians, we as Indonesia, we are able to have the right skills, but the mindset, the discipline, the culture, it is hard. It is hard. So I think it's one of the huge uh, opportunity that we'll be able, if we can tackle, if you're able to make the people have the right attitude, the right mindset, I'm sure we will be like the world level already, world class. Yeah, I think that's all for me.
The mindset. Okay, that is a very strong closing. Thank you very much, Mas Jourdan. Okay, so guys, I think we have reached the end of the session. So let me highlight three things that we have achieved from this session about the democratization of education through technology. The first one is everyone needs to stay relevant, and to do this, formal education institution and Edutech needs to collaborate more tightly to catch up. And the second one is in the middle of democratization, the flood of information is very inevitable. So it is important for us to make a method and to cooperate more to provide more accountability in terms of the information. And the third one, we know that the opportunity is very huge. We still have lots of gap in Indonesia, especially because we have lots of rural area in here. So I think to collaborate more and then also to help each other is the only way we can catch up, the only way we can increase and optimize the advancement of technology for education. All right, so to close this, thank you very much for Ibu Dina, to Mbak Inka as well, and Mas Jourdan for joining us in here and provide us lots of information, lots of incredible insight, especially regarding the democratization of EdTech. We really hope that this session can help lots of audience in here, especially people who are really interested in EdTech, who wants to make an advancement, who wants to make an improvement, who wants to contribute more in EdTech in Indonesia, especially. Okay, so thank you very much for all of you, the incredible speakers that have joining us here. So yeah, see you later in i360 on EdTech.